Good afternoon everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry it's been such a long time since my last video. If you're subscribed to the channel, then yeah, you would have seen about a couple of weeks gap between recording things. There's no reason for it. It's just getting very warm and hot over here in the UK, and quite honestly, sitting in front of a computer when you don't have air conditioning, you know, and there's more things going on outside, that kind of thing. Yeah, you just find yourself not wanting to go on your PC too much. But anyway, I'm back. Just whack the back of Gunon there in the Bentley. Spa in Assetto Corsa Competizione. It's the 24 hours of Spa this weekend, and I thought I'd try and do a 24-hour race as best as I can. Using the Assetto Corsa Competizione. I'm in the Mercedes AMG, and I'm Gary Paffett. And yeah, the idea is we're going to try and go through 24 hours in 15 minutes, which, to be honest, I'm telling you now, it's not going to happen. We get to sort of slightly before daybreak. 15 minutes doesn't allow a full 24-hour rotation, unfortunately. So yeah, keep an eye on the time. You'll see it ticks along almost a minute every second, and we're starting around the sort of 20th mark, so I'm trying to get as far up as possible. Now it's we run wide there, that's not good. So I haven't really done anything Assetto Corsa wise for a number of weeks, and we've obviously had a patch which is 1.06. Now, unless we're going to see it on the video, bear in mind this is like pre-recorded, so I'm chatting as we're watching it. I've noticed there's a slight drop in performance, and there's a tiny bit of stuttering going on every so often, which I didn't ever have before. I don't know why that's. I've not changed anything on the computer, and I've certainly not changed the settings. As we take 1, 2, 3, I think we took about 3 places there, literally, as we went into the chicane there, which was not too bad going. Very good on the brakes. Up to 13th now. Soleil ahead of us in the Bentley. As we break down into the source, it looks like we're going to take the Bentley on the inside. Yeah. We've passed Lasso, so we've got Fontana now in the Aston Martin. Sorry, my mistake, the Jaguar. Sorry, they slightly look alike, but it is the Jaguar. As we go through Rouge and Radion and onto the Camel Straight, but we slightly lose a bit of momentum there, so I'm not sure if we're going to get the Jaguar Fontana before the end of the straight, but the Bentley's having a bit of a look, so this could get interesting. But yeah. So, obviously, Kudos are putting out these patches every so often to sort of repair small little things around multiplayer and pit stops and that type of thing. Overall, I'm not noticing a huge amount of difference in the gameplay, but the only problem is the slight stuttering. I've had to reset this game, or this particular race, I think twice now, because at one point, the race before this, we got to this point here, and I kid you not, it was probably something like 1 or 2 frames per second, and it went really, really, really slow, and I couldn't get out of it no matter what I did. So, yeah, don't really know what's going on there. But back to the racing. We've passed Fontana. He's dropping away now, and we've got a Porsche ahead of us, and I think that might well be a Lexus ahead of us as well, as we're coming up to 7 o'clock in the evening. This is a full grid, which may not help so much the frames per second. You know, the less cars you got on the grid, the smoother the game is, basically. As we're going to go through Blancpain soon. Now, I try to stick it as much as I can to the right here, but you can't quite take that flat in the Mercedes in the safe setup. I found just not quite having it. Again, under braking we're very good here, but that might be because the AI really slows up into this chicane. They really do hamper your progress. You can see how much time we've gained on these 2 Porsches ahead of us. Bernard, and is that McCat? Oh, I can't even spell that. I'm not even going to attempt it. But we've taken those two Porsches quite nicely into the source. Back down the hill towards Rouge. Lexus ahead of us of Costa. We should be able to get past him, but we're up to 9th, so we're doing reasonably quite well at the moment as we run very wide. You see we've suddenly got there a bit of a frame rate drop. Don't really know what happened, but 8 o'clock at night now. We've lost ground to the Lexus, and the Porsches are really starting to hound us quite a bit. But the best time of night now for this game, because we get some fantastic colours and some fantastic sunset. But going back, I say it has been. Look at that sun, really nice. I need to get back into this game, and I need to get back into the computer. But we are currently in the hottest day of the year so far, which is July the 25th. We're bordering on something like 37 degrees, so it is not really the sort of time to race cars. I've got the fan running, but yeah, it's not great. It kind of does put you off. You just want to sit on the sofa and just relax and have a beer. But anyway, I won't bore you with that. Still got these Porsches all over us. We are coming up to 9 o'clock now. We're not really gaining actually as much as I thought on that Lexus. Going to let this run wide. Can't quite take this corner flat either. Really struggle with that. Stavelot. Really struggle taking that flat. I just don't think, I don't think the Mercedes is great for this circuit at all. If you're watching this video and you're sort of trying to think about what car to use, I probably wouldn't recommend the Mercedes. I'm sure many of you who are watching this already have your favourite car, and it's probably not the Mercedes. But we gained a tiny bit more time on this lot again. We've run wide a bit. That Porsche of Bernhard has taken us. So are we going to be able to get back going into the source? We're going to go down. Oh, he almost sells us a dummy there. He sort of, makes you feel a bit on edge. Because I was going to go down the inside and he sort of moved across. But he's kept his position. So we're going to have to do a bit of work now. Halfway through the race, 9:50 at night. We're starting to get a bit of sparks coming off the Porsche there. But we've managed to take Radion and Rouge quite nicely. We've not lost too much pace. But the Porsches look like it's going to go. Bernard's going to go for Costa. So we'll see how this plays out. But we're starting, it was getting dark now. And as you can see, when you look at the scenery, there is no lighting. So we are pretty much just going to be driving with our headlights soon, which is slightly worrying because, I'm not overly keen on driving totally in the dark in this game because it's not the brightest in the world, and trying to see apexes, it's going to be difficult. But we're going to see what we can do. With just over 6 minutes left. So I'm still, I still love this game. I still want to explore it more. And there's obviously comments on the internet about people dropping off, people not, expecting more from this game. They're saying this Assetto Corsa, the original game, is far better. All those types of comments. VR. Nearly lost it there. We're very slow. We're going to have the Porsche behind us. He's going to be looking to pass us soon. We just didn't do well at all. And I think we're going to be struggling now. 10th at the moment, but I'll clip the inside there. It's run wide. We've lost a place now. So that Porsche is, the Porsche is through, but that was my own mistake. I just ran very wide into Blancpain and totally lost the sort of the speed, and not good. But we got Fontana in the Jaguar behind us again. 5 minutes to go pretty much, and we're pretty much now into darkness, and you can sort of see that we haven't really got this track lit up very well. So we're coming down the hill into Eau Rouge. It's so difficult to really see. Oh, I've lost momentum again, big time. Yeah, look, the Fontana is gained on us a lot. In fact, he could try and take us down the inside if he's brave. But yeah, I mean, look at it. We're sort of coming into this corner at the top of the Kemmel Straight, Les Combes, and look, it's just totally dark. You can't really see the insides and the outsides of the curbing, and it's not good because it's not bright enough, and we're not really being able to utilise the whole width of the track, and my lap times are going to be dropping off quite rapidly, I think. This circuit's all about driving on the edge, making sure you clip and take the exits and making sure you hit the entrances, and we're just not doing that at the moment. We're slowly losing touch to the Porsches ahead of us, and then the fact that we've got the Jaguar, I mean, I've just run wide, managed to get it back in, but look at the Jaguar, so much stronger. This corner here in the dark, I mean, look, you can't really see the inside. Didn't really utilise both of those corners. In fact, we've had to back off slightly and we've run wide. Yeah, it's not being a good race, to be honest. Not a good race at all. Down to 11th. The only sort of saving grace is I've sort of not really had car contacts. We've not really, just going through there at Blancpain, we've lost out a bit again. See, we're coming on to the start-finish straight. It's not very well lit up at all. I think you'll expect, when you watch this live at the weekend, for this circuit to be lit up a bit more. So, 1:30 in the morning. You can't even see the inside corner there. Oh, it's not good. But anyway, if I do this all again, I wouldn't pick the Mercedes, just to let you guys know that. So I'm hoping to get back into the game a bit more, hoping that the temperature comes down a bit and I can just crack on with some more gameplay. There's obviously not a huge amount of games out there at the moment. F1 2019's been released. I've not got that, and there's a truck racing game as well, which doesn't really interest me too much. I still want to play this game, so we'll see how it goes. There's obviously updates to come. Hoping that the VR really does kick in and that it really can look really nice. But we've just need to get back into the channel, find the motivation a bit. It is a bit slow. It's almost like the summer holidays for some of these game companies. It's not really a huge amount on the R Factor either. We've got the Le Mans pack, which was recently added. By the way, I am posting pictures on Instagram of Assetto Corsa Competizione, so you might want to take a look at that. There is a link in the description below, so take a look at that. We are losing. We're not gaining any time on this Porsche at all, and we've got the Jaguar. The Jaguar's keeping us honest. You can hear if you look down on the right hand side where I've got like the throttle and the brake, you'll notice that corners probably should really be able to take flat. You can't. Well, watch this. Look at the right hand corner. So we're flat at the moment. Okay, so pretty much lifted and then applied the throttle about halfway through and then floored it on the way out. So last lap, we sort of make up time in certain parts of the circuit on these three ahead of us, and then we sort of lose ground in other parts. I think I'm gaining a bit more confidence in the dark, and that's why I'm slowly coming up behind them. But you know, if this is the last lap, then we're going to do absolutely nothing on them. Really, to be honest, we really should have been behind them, literally getting the toe from them here, and we're not doing that, and I can't see how on earth we're going to be able to pass them. Take the line quite nicely through there. 6th gear, 135 miles an hour. We haven't lost any time. In fact, we've dropped Fontana in the Jaguar. It's nearly 2 seconds behind us now. Don't really get the corner in right there. And we're not. So we're coming up to what? It's coming up to nearly 10 past 4. Just waiting for the light to slowly start coming to us. You can slowly start to see, can't you, up in the sky? It's getting a bit lighter. Running wide as you drop down the hill. I'll have to look for a setup, either for the Mercedes to run on here, or we just scrap the Mercedes. Probably go back to the BMW or maybe the Bentley. They'll tend to be good around here. Still not really getting the hang of the Porsche. It's not the Porsche, the Lamborghini. The Lamborghini's still a very fragile car to drive. So Soule in the Bentley is now behind us. He's finding a lot of pace. He's obviously past Fontana, and yeah, where he's got this pace from, I don't know. He's all over the back of me. So this is going to be Blancpain for the last time. Let's have a listen. Nearly take that flat. We do run wide. We don't get a penalty. Sky really lighting up now. You can see, look, we're pretty much all over the back of these three. So maybe one more lap when we would have potentially started passing these people. But we're going to come across the finish line. 11th place in the end. So we've gained a few places, but 11th in the grand scheme of things is not good. The Bentley pretty much nearly hits us going into the first corner, into La Source. But that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Take care.